Donald Trump has hijacked the nation's previously nonpartisan 4th of July celebration.
Is this just norm-defying, or is there anything dangerous about it?
It's just obscene.
And the speech is going to be dreadful.
They're going to have their Confederate flags flying and their license plates and all kinds of troublemaking.
Welcome to this week's Wacky Moments of Liberal Expression. If you're watching this video, you somehow managed to survive President Trump's July 4th salute to America, despite everything that the liberal media told you.
But it's just obscene. It really is, and I just hope it doesn't spoil the whole day. I mean,
Because it seems like a helter-skelter attempt to scare up some ego juice for the president, rather than any kind of long-term planning. I don't know what's going to happen. My fear is a lot of people are going to show up who are pro-Trump. They're going to have their Confederate flags flying and their license plates and all kinds of troublemaking. There'll be a lot of other people who are going to meet like in a storm.
Yeah, that didn't happen, but you wouldn't know it if you watched the big three networks or MSNBC, because they didn't air it. They just wanted to hype up how horrible it would be and not show you the reality, which contradicts what they were telling you. Some kudos does actually need to go to CNN, who at least aired the event, and then after it wrapped up, they explained how much they hated it because it involved the military.
And he's just shoehorned it onto the 4th of July. He leapfrogged it ahead into July because he couldn't do it last November. It was always in his mind after seeing Bastille Day in 2017 to do a big military display. And he was just looking for a day to do it and ended up on the 4th of July, which again, I think is totally the wrong holiday for it.
Do you see him sort of co-opting the military? Politicizing the military?
Yes, of course. You have to keep it. You have to consider the context of this guy and how he wraps himself in the flag. He calls them my generals. Right. I mean, he sort of co-opts military virtues. And what I worry about is not just the politicization of the military, but it's the militarization of politics in this country.
And look,
win-lose.
We're more sensitive to the stuff with Trump because he praises strong men and he doesn't talk about democracies abroad. And that's why when we see him, hugging the military, it worries us a little bit more.
How could you involve the military when talking about the birth of America and the Revolutionary War that separated us from British rule, that holiday that we celebrate with explosions? Trump did mention something else controversial to liberals during his address on Thursday, however.
America's fearless resolve has inspired heroes who defined our national character, from George Washington, John Adams, and Betsy Ross.
Betsy Ross! Oh no, the liberal media was up in arms about the Betsy Ross American flag this week. All because Colin Kaepernick didn't like Nike sneakers.
Nike set off a firestorm after pulling their shoes emblazoned with the Betsy Ross flag, an early version of the American flag with 13 stars and stripes used in the 1700s before slavery was abolished.
On MSNBC, the Betsy Ross flag is actually the equivalent to...
Why don't we wear a swastika for July 4th? Because, I don't know, it makes a difference. The cross burning on somebody's lawn. Why don't we just have a Nike, celebration of the cross? Well, because those symbols are symbols of hate.
Yeah. Well, despite all their hype, when it comes to real hate, the liberal media doesn't want to report on it. The violent actions of Antifa were ignored by MSNBC, CBS, NBC, even the New York Times earlier this week, all avoiding the vicious attack on journalist Andy Ngo. But once again, we do have to give some credit here to CNN. They actually acknowledged the incident happened, but without any sense of irony, they were quick to claim that there was good people on both sides.
The Antifa, the anti-fascists, if you will, came out for sure. And we should, sort of be clear that there are a lot of different people that were out there who may not consider themselves a member of the anti-fascist group, but there is certainly a group called Rose City Antifa who was out there.
While covering the hate, CNN did work the angle that Ngo says Antifa attacked him.
It was the Antifa protesters whom you've had issues with before. They're the ones who came after you, you say?
Yes, they're the ones who came after me.
At least CNN acknowledged the attack on Ngo. There is a difference in how they cover what certain people say, however. Remember in January?
We are following this breaking news out of Chicago involving Empire star actor Jussie Smollett. Smollett confirmed to CNN that he was attacked while walking in downtown Chicago. He said his attackers hurled racial and homophobic slurs at him, and now police say they're investigating this as a possible hate crime. So let's go straight to Chicago.
I noticed a difference there. Did you? That's all the time we have. I'm Eric Shiner for MRC TV. We'll see you again to bookend the bias in the media next week.